Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the December Oracle Transformation reading. Okay, so just a brief explanation in case you haven't done this before. It's a little bit different to tarot. I've got these very old cards. There's an outer card and then there's an inner card that sits on top of the outer card, so to speak. And this is about healing and dealing with energies that are really deep down inside your subconscious. They could in fact be running your life, but you might not necessarily be aware of it. If you wish, you can pick a card 1 to 5 down, choose your number and see what pops into your mind. You can have more than one if you wish. Or alternatively, you might just want to look at the reading, the whole reading, and see what you resonate to. Perhaps, you know, there's some particular card that really resonates, or the whole reading resonates. If you're new, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, let's go to the board. If you hear any strange noises, it's Leopard. He's just out of camera shot at the moment, but he doesn't normally come into the studio, but yeah, he's here. So we're going to start. So pick your number if you want to do it that way, like pick a card, and this is the first card and this is the background. So there's a background and a foreground. The background is sort of like your environment. I'm not going to pick that one, I'm going to pick this one. It's like your environment, what's going on around you. Okay, so there might be some anger perhaps in your environment. Let's have a look and see what the inner card shows. And this is more like you, how you react, what you think, how you're feeling, that sort of thing. So an outer and an inner card. The card that comes up is a set of stairs with a light at the top and 2 doors. Okay, what do you think this means? I'm going to encourage you to think about it and come up with your own interpretation, but I'll make a suggested interpretation, and you know, you might have some other ideas. So that sits on top of that. So perhaps walking away from anger, raising your vibration, you know, so that you go higher than anger. Even though you might be angry about something, you're now looking at the big picture and moving away from the anger. You know the anger's still there and you're going to have to deal with it at some point, but you might prefer to deal with it by sort of, instead of identifying with it so much, you might prefer to, for example, try and release it without becoming attached to it. Okay, often we become attached to our emotions and we think, you know, we feel so strongly about something, we think that that emotion is us, when in reality we are an infinite being who is immortal, who lives forever. Okay, card number 2. Let's go with this background here. Resist. Okay, remember there used to be a saying, what you resist persists. So sometimes it's better to embrace a situation rather than resist it if you possibly can. Now the foreground card for that, let's see what comes out. The foreground card, let's go with that one there. Resist. Okay, so a hearth, home and family, hearth and home, home and hearth, a comfortable situation, perhaps a comfortable home, stability, security. Are you resisting that in some way? Perhaps there's something in you that wants to have some drama because it's more interesting. Being stable and reliable and comfortable might be boring. So you need something to liven things up a bit. These are all possibilities, but I'm not saying that they necessarily apply to you. You need to sort of maybe think about it and see what interpretation you come up with. These cards are not so much predictive, although they could sort of suggest a scenario in the future that is likely It's entirely up to you if you want to deal with these energies and release them, and then you can actually save yourself a lot of grief in the future if you can do that. It's good to write down how you feel. Take the edge off the feelings by venting on paper, or maybe on a device, for example. I always think writing by hand is better because the movement of the arm and moving the body in that way, I think it helps get at the energy. But on the other hand, when you're typing, you're also moving your hands. So, 6 1 half dozen the other. The card that comes up is pain. Okay. I was not going to pick that one, but I didn't. Embarrass. So pain. This is card number 3. And what is coming up as a foreground card with pain? Okay. Measuring. Is it possible that some part of you feels that you don't measure up? Perhaps you're not feeling good enough. You don't feel good enough for a certain thing, to do a certain thing, or be a certain person, or to have what you want, or have the success that you want. You have to measure up to somebody else's expectations, and that can be painful. Does it mean that to you? Or maybe have another idea about that. Card number 4. Let's have a look at card number 4. Card number 4. No. We'll go with that one there. Okay. I'll go with that one. Boast. Okay. Boast can mean different things. It can sort of be like showing off, but also, when talking about property, for example, real estate agents will often say this property boasts this, that, and the other. So it's almost like an achievement, isn't it? So I guess it depends on your idea of what boast means. But let's have a look here, the inner card, to see what comes up. Okay, here we have a group of people and one person on their own. Is this person being excluded in some way? Who is doing the boasting here? Is it the group of people, or is it the individual boasting? How does this apply for you to you if you picked card number 4? That's Leopard in the background. If you heard that cat crying, he's my old Bengal. He rarely comes up to the studio, but here he is today. All right, so let's now go to card number 5. 5 is alive, and see what comes out. Okay, so there we go. Letting go. Okay, something we're going to let go of if you pick card number 5. That is the background. Now looking at the foreground. Okay. Let's go with that one there. Okay, the ocean, the beach. So feeling the emotions but being grounded at the same time. Perhaps you're going to let go of something so that you can look inside yourself and really start to feel what your emotions are saying to you. Okay, so there's a bit here to think about. Do any of these cards resonate with you? Does it open your mind to something else? So it's quite interesting. I find they often do, give a sort of little indicator or like a pointer to something that's going on in a current situation. So let me know in the comments. That would be fabulous. Alrighty, so that's it for this month's Oracle card transformation reading. I hope it's a bit interesting for you, gives you something to think about. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate Christmas, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Okay, thanks again and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.